Okay, it's like 4:38 on 1 o'clock on 4/24/2019. So, what's going on today? Besides me having a huge zit right there that hurts really pretty bad. Um, yesterday, no, yes, no, day before yesterday. When Margaret was here and Lockpick Boy was whizzing by like 10 million times. And he was doing that thing, that stocky thing, where I finally have figured out the actual areas where these people will show up at. Because it was weird, even before Paul McPullen showed up that one night. I'm pretty sure it was New Year's Eve. I don't know. I wrote about it on that Facebook account, not my current Facebook account that was set up by, like, I think Marcy. I think Marcy Nolette set it up, really. I think it was her birthday on it originally, so it was either her or somebody that knew her. But her brother's a cop, her dad's a cop, so I'm sure that, and she's, yeah, anyway, I like her. I respect her, but she's part of that cop church kind of gang thing with the gingers. So, what was I at? Oh yeah, so the timing and the weird stocky thing, I found the areas. And that night of course with Paul, when I'm just gonna call him what Tang, when old drunk Tang, now old drunk Tang, still drunk, I guess you might say. And that was just a weird thing. I guess I could run through it at some later point, but right now. So on Monday, when had been going on for several days or a week, and it happened twice, but the one time my uncle chased him and I told on us. And at that point, I'm pretty sure that Lockpick Boy was hovering down there probably on the bike, like circling. Because now I can understand the type of whining that he does. He whines like when they're stalking him. And so this second time, I'm pretty much 100% sure he was exactly right there. And I've thought it before that they must have like a sonic whistle or something. They do something to make noise, and now I know that there's quite a bit of many more somethings that they do to make a lot more than noise. And so anyway, they do some kind of triggering agitation beyond just the physical circling, because there can be complete stillness. And he'll do that anxiety thing, and it's like it's completely silent, completely still. There's no bicycles, no kids, no hullabaloo. And you're like, what's going on? Well, that must be like the subsonic thing or whatever. I've wondered, like maybe a dog whistle or something. Anyway, so the second time was an attempt at the same trick where mindful, like he showed just like the second, like I take the collar off like this, and the pattern is that I'll have mindful sitting there and go, I took the collar off and immediately mindful turned and bolted almost before I saw the bike. So I would say it was a coordinated effort. Maybe they even used my Wi-Fi network booster, Verizon network booster, or someone else might have a network booster that they're blasting really loud on the outside or something now, so that our whole neighborhood is probably 4G now. Cause duh, I'm like, cause even a couple days before, God, I hate it when I'm just like dumb like that. So duh. I already did videos on the network booster that came into the neighborhood a couple days before my little tiny network booster got finally allowed to me. I should have had it these whole 2 years. Other people had these things in their house, and they had service in their house these whole 2 years, but you still have to have the modem, so you have to have the landline. Big, huge scam. So anyway, yeah, so our whole network, our whole block at least, is 4G service right now, because there's the big red trailer network booster. And so yeah, they could easily just be like in a city or something and texting each other now. And I saw that there's like instant messages, so those probably go faster. And some of the new phones do the 5G, which maybe it rolled out in a public market setting in Chicago or wherever, but I would guarantee that it rolled out in private test markets, like maybe, anywhere small and observable and data trackable, where you have people that are experienced since childhood with over invading. I mean, now they call it intellectual property theft, but and abuse and misogyny and a lot of other things. But these guys, it's just their lifestyle, man. So yeah. Anyway, that's my experience. So this would be, and I heard that this is a test market for a lot of things, and I've seen test markety stuff go on here, and I can definitely see from my own experience of using it as a test market that that's totally valid. So yeah, 5G probably been running around here, and now they're experienced with 5G, and so I've got access to 4G, whereas before I didn't even have access to the 4G because they were using the 4G to be the supreme masters of the data universe here, but now they have something better. And the reason I know that you guys are keeping me from my SD card is because you're intellectually property thieving me, and everything that I upload to the internet goes to things where I don't own the data. And so if you take it away from me and then you take my phone, then I don't own the data. And also if I can't save to my SD card, then you can fill up my phone and take away my intellectual property the same way that you've been doing since I was 12 years old. Thieves. Same way that you did to the Native Americans here when you made deals with them and lied about it and stole their land. You're the same people, just like in new bodies. Creepy.